just get some of that like SNES quality. Basically a Build-A-Bear workshop for like choral pad synths. Now it feels so good. What's up, y'all? My name is Skybreak, and today we're gonna be going through two brand new FL Cloud Pro plugins, specifically Degrader by Klevgrand and Augmented Choirs by UVI. And if you are an FL Cloud Pro subscriber, you have access to them right now. Let's start off with Augmented Choirs. This takes place in a workstation called UVI Workstation. So we're just gonna open this up, double click this to open our browser, and we have 846 presets to choose from. That sounds nice. That's super like Metroid coded. I'm gonna double click on this preset, and we have 4 voices sort of combined into 2 oscillators. So right now, if we just jot out a little MIDI, I'm in a very C minor mood. I don't know why. So literally just out of the box, this is with no effects whatsoever and it already sounds incredible. But what's great about this is if we go to main, we can select all sorts of different types of sounds to combine them together into a choir. We've got children's choirs, we've got some shorter ones, longer ones that evolve over time. We have an all-female choir if we want to. We got male, some studio ones. You can isolate it to just the altos if you want. We've even got solo vocals too. We've got them actually named. You can use Anja, Kiara. This could function as a very nice mono layer if you want to like layer them up later on. Let's hear some of the male solo vox too. Friedman. Got some tape ones as well, which have some pre-mixing on them. Oblivion Fast, let's try it. This is just one singular layer. So maybe we have a tape choir, and then here, a more like classic male one. Crossfade between them with this knob that says A1 and A2. But one feature I recently discovered is if you press on this A button, you can actually modulate between the two. We can set it to the rate. And then the second knob is the intensity. Maybe I'm not down with this children's choir anymore. Let's try some other options. Lovely little pads here, dude. That's sick. You can change the type as well. Studio All, maybe. And we have 2 more choir layers to use. So we can enable these too. Maybe we can try this with the tape choir, like it had before. Just a little. It's basically a Build-A-Bear workshop for like choral pad synths, and it's freaking sick, dude. It's so much fun. One of my other favorite features is this harmonizer tab down here. So you can turn this on. We can add harmonies where it'll basically duplicate the stack and pitch it up and down. So let's say if I wanted to have a whole octave stacked on top of it. Let's get it. Ooh, listen to those harmonics come through. But here's the crazier bit. We can also pick some off-kilter notes like this, and this is gonna sound poo-poo. Actually, that sounds kind of cool, but we can make it so the harmonizer will always sit within a certain scale. So right now this is on C chromatic, which means it hits all of the notes. We can set this to C minor, like we've written in. And it'll automatically keep things in that key for us. So next plugin we're going to talk about is called Klevgrand Degrader. So what this is a bit crusher, which lowers the bit rate of a sound. So we are technically making things lower quality. A traditional bit crusher will make things sound a little bit like an old school Nintendo NES game. This plugin's really cool because it almost turns it into like a high-end juicener. So when the jitter is all the way down, we have a very consistent sample rate that it's on. But from my understanding, if we turn the jitter rate up, it basically will modulate the heck out of our sample rate, so it becomes a little bit more like this high-end fuzz. And if we put this to higher sample rates, you just get this kind of like... Let's find some other applications for Degrader really quickly. So if I just type in like... we have all these random sounds now. I'm gonna use Control-G to consolidate them. We can immediately drop this file into a SliceX and it'll automatically detect all our transients for us. We can very quickly put together like a little drum groove. Pretty good, easy groove there. But if we put Degrader on this, Already you can just hear it feels a little bit like hissier and like realer. I don't know. It adds this dimension to it. If we turn down the sample rate, we can get this really bit crushed. And as we turn the jitter up, a little bit of saturation to pump the out gain. Oh yeah, like listen to that, dude. Yeah, if we just layer this over the little choir stuff we were doing. So let's hear how Degrader works on bass design. We can grab a 3x oscillator. We're gonna get 2 identical saw waves, put them around the same volume. We're just gonna turn up the fine tune of 1. You wanna fine tune this to a point where it's still tonal. Do a little slide up the octave there. Again, let's turn down that sample rate. The saturation is overpowered as heck. Here, that's giving some of the big pressure artifact. You just get some of that like SNES quality. Pre-filter and post-filter, low-pass filters. So let's hear this over the tune. Down an octave. I'm going to consolidate our choirs so we can chop this up a little bit. So yeah, now we've got this choir in audio. Do a little stutter out of it. And if you've gotten this far because you are an FL Cloud Pro user, it means you also have access to like a billion sounds. Let's type in something like alone vocals. So this is an A minor. It's automatically going to trigger to our tempo. We just have to repitch it. So let's go up to... We can go even lower maybe. And have a little shaker loop as well. Yeah, that'll do. Let's run this through Degrader as well. Jitter. The Degrader on here. Yeah, like immediately, listen to how much crispier that high end is. It's a lot subtler than your average bit crush. That jitter knob is insane. Kick drum, complement the groove a little bit. Feels so good. If you are an FL Cloud Pro subscriber, you have access to an absolute arsenal of tools to make some banger music. Thank you so much to FL Studio for this opportunity to make this video. I'm gonna be using the heck out of these transparently. This ain't even a bit for the video. These are really cool plugins and you should cop them right away. My name is Skybreak. Till next time, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you soon.